Some truths don't need to be shouted. Sometimes they're written, sealed, and buried, waiting for the perfect time to destroy a lie. My name is Daniel Kraus. I used to believe my father was a coward. He died when I was 14. People said he abandoned us. My mother never spoke much about him, only that he made mistakes that cost us everything. I grew up hating him. Every broken light bulb, every unpaid bill, I blamed him. I promised myself I'd never become like him, weak, silent, and forgotten. Years passed. I became a man of results, a financial advisor. Ruthless, efficient, respected. I built everything from nothing. The kind of life I thought my father couldn't give me. But one day, the past came knocking. Literally. An old neighbor said they were renovating the house we used to live in, my childhood home. They found something hidden under the floorboards. A rusted tin box with my father's handwriting on it. Inside was an envelope, yellow with age. It was addressed to me, but it had never been sent. The letter began with, "Dear Daniel, if you're reading this, I'm gone. But I hope you will finally understand why I had to disappear." My hands were trembling. I sat on the floor and read every word. My father was who I thought he was. He hadn't abandoned us. He had protected us. He'd discovered that my mother's business partner, her so-called best friend, was stealing from them. When he confronted her, she framed him for embezzlement. The shame, the legal threat, the gossip, it all crushed him. And when he left, it wasn't to escape. It was to gather proof. He wrote that he'd hidden everything. The documents, the evidence in the very house we lived in. And he'd left clues for me, hoping one day I'd be strong enough to find them. I felt the world tilt. For years, I hated a man who had died trying to protect the people he loved. I went back to that house, searched every inch. Behind a loose brick in the basement, I found an old folder. Bank records, letters, signed receipts, all proving what my father had written. The woman, my mother's friend, Laura, had stolen over $100,000 and pinned it on him. She'd lived a perfect life since then. Charity events, social clubs, smiling in every picture. The world saw her as a saint, but I knew better now, and I had proof. For days. "4 days. I didn't know what to do. My first instinct was revenge. Destroy her reputation, expose her lies. But then I remembered what my father wrote in the last line of that letter. "Son, don't fight anger with anger. Fight it with truth." So that's what I did. I mailed copies of the documents, not to her, but to every member of her charity board, her donors, and the press. No threats, no messages, just the truth, sealed in plain envelopes. A week later, the headlines changed. Local philanthropists under investigation for past fraud. Her empire collapsed in days. Sponsors pulled back. Her friends disappeared. She tried to claim the documents were forged, but one of them had her signature in ink. The day she came to my office, she was shaking. She said, "You ruined me." I said, "No. My father saved me." She started crying, saying she never thought anyone would find out. I looked at her and said, "He may have died silent, but silence doesn't mean surrender." For me to finish the story, after she left, I went home, sat on my balcony with that letter in my hand. For the first time in my life, I didn't feel anger. I felt peace. Because the truth had done what revenge never could. It gave me back my father's name. I had it framed, that old, fragile paper. It hangs on my wall now, right above my desk. Every morning when I look at it, I remember one thing. The loudest payback is the truth you never saw coming. And sometimes, it's written by the one you thought was gone.